Hey, gang, it's Bob Bannister coming at you with another edition of Rock Talk brought to you by CGCM Rock Radio and Rock Is Not Dead Australia. Hey, you want to do us that big favor again? Click that like, share, and subscribe button. Keep up to date on all things Rock Is Not Dead Australia, CGCM Rock Radio, and Rock Talk. Drop us a comment as well. Maybe there's somebody out there you'd like us to talk to, and we can make it happen. You just never know. So this time around, got a real treat for you. Coming at you with a duo from the band Collectivus. These guys just dropped an album called Quantum Entanglement. It is amazing. I'm listening to this album. I'm hearing shades of Van Halen from the around the 5150 era. I'm hearing shades of The Cult. I'm hearing shades. These guys borrow a lot from other artists, which is a very, very good thing. You know, the old saying where it's the most sincere form of flattery is imitation. These guys are really cool. We're going to sit down with them and have a quick chat. Again, you know what? I think you should just go and check out their album, Quantum Entanglement. The band is called Collectivus, and that's who we're chatting with this time around on Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio and Rock Is Not Dead Australia. And as promised, here we go. It's another edition of Rock Talk. Joining us this time from Adelaide, Australia, we have got the band Collectivus. We're joined by Colin Foster and James Kerr. Welcome into Rock Talk, gentlemen.
There you go. All right. Thanks. Thanks for having us, brother.
You're quite welcome. So tell us the story of Collectivus.
Well, I suppose Colin and I met each other probably going back about 20 years ago now. And we've both had mutual admiration for a number of different bands that we both liked. And we started making music together. So had a sort of bit of a hiatus where we both had some family stuff we had to get sorted out. But then just recently, about the last 5 years, and started redoing all of the stuff that we'd done in the past and stuff. And we got a few members. Yeah, that's sort of a brief in the last sort of 25 years what's happened.
I think we met. Oh, sorry, Bob, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I think we've got a bad connection.
Welcome to Adelaide. But I think we actually, the band's been going for about 20 years, but the James and I actually, even though we didn't realize it, was spotty teenagers at a place called Bingley Hall in Stafford, watching Rush together on the Moving Pictures tour.
Right.
Obviously, we didn't know each other then, but many years later we met, and of course that's your hometown, of course. For one of the greats.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you go on YouTube, there's a really great concert on there from, I think it's 1982. It's on the Grace Under Pressure tour, Rush at Toronto Maple Leaf Gardens. It's just it's amazing.
We'll check it out.
Absolutely. So I've been listening to your album Quantum Entanglement. I got to say, I did hear a little bit of Rush influence sneaking into that, if I may say.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, we love we both love the idea of you can do something on one side of the universe, the known universe, and on the other side, something can happen at exactly the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But then at a micro level as well, it's like, some things happen in your life as well that you can't explain.
Yep.
We have the same thing on the album. We have songs that really talk about what's going on in the world today and not really knowing the reason why they happen. So one of the classic tracks on the LP is "I Don't Know," which features our wonderful singer Steve, who's currently recovering from brain surgery at the moment. I know
It's because he become an Australian citizen. You know, it's out in front of a botany. Yeah.
I shouldn't laugh. I shouldn't laugh too hard. I just put in my my application to become Canada's rock and roll ambassador to Australia there yesterday. You know, I heard my prime minister is coming down there for a visit in March, so I thought I'd just hitch a ride with him. You know,
well, you'll definitely have our vote.
right on. So, who do you guys draw your influences from? Colin, you go first.
I would say, Bob, my primary influence is Queen. As a band, they've been with me for a long, long time now. And in terms of music, and I think I saw the band 15 times in concert. First gig was back in '76,
Hmm.
so a long time now. But then other bands as well, Genesis, yes. A lesser known band out of the US called Aviary, if you remember those guys.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Um, Produced two LPs, but their first LP was genius, I thought. And so yeah, some good stuff out there. And so mine's probably more in that sort of orchestral proggy area, and James will give you.
Yeah, well, I sort of grew up in the new wave of British heavy metals, so I sort of have a bit more of a metallic feel. So the likes of Iron Maiden, Michael Schenker, UFO. Obviously, when I bought Failures to the Kings, I was an instant Rush fan. And I sort of like some of the more commercial sort of side of things, but I think that our influences are all in that sort of progressive type environment. I mean, and that's why we sort of write the stuff we do, is because it's where we're at, you know.
Hmm. Hmm. So
Well,
with saying that you're into those bands, I did hear a little bit of a cult influence in one of the songs. It does, and I heard it and it was just like, wait a minute, that sounds a lot like the Cult. Is that a fair comparison?
I think you might be onto something there, because I think that the Cult are more like more punk orientated, and
Yeah.
I think that Colin and I grew up in Colin was in England, I was in Scotland in the late '70s, where punk was about. So it might be one of those subliminal things that's in the back of your mind. You hear it, you just like that raw, attitude that brings. And you're probably right. I do like the Cult an awful lot as well. So
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm from Manchester, Bob. So the Buzzcocks and obviously Pistols and
Yeah.
Clash.
Yeah.
Some of those were my teenage influences. Believe it or not, I used to have a Mohican
There you
when I
go.
when you had hair.
when I
Yeah.
had. But but those days are long gone, Bob.
I'm with you there.
I'm going that road too.
But I'm glad to hear that you said that you're from Manchester. My grandfather was originally from Oldham, so
You are joking.
I'm not joking. No, my
I am
grandfather
born
was originally from Oldham.
I'm
Pardon me?
born in Oldham. I'm born in Oldham.
Oh, wow. Wow,
But
that's crazy.
that is crazy, man. I was born in a place called Limeside, which is near Failsworth, Oldham, just around that area. If you know it well, I'm not sure if you know it,
No,
but
I don't. I've never been to Manchester Oldham area. I've been to England. I've been down to Devon, but never to up that way.
that's amazing. If you're ever there, I've got family, of course. There, you will put you up.
Oh, there you go. Awesome. Thank you very much. So, what's your songwriting process like? Is it James comes to the table with something and you guys just work on it together, or do you both come with like a fully fleshed out song ready to record?
I think in the early days, James came with a lot of the key licks for the band, and then I'd sort of get more involved, and we sort of then I'm good at putting crazy bridges in the middle,
Mm.
and that.
Knows how to stuff up a well rehearsed idea and then put something in the middle, and you have to then go and rehearse that. But everyone's up for a challenge. Yes.
Absolutely.
Very good at stuffing up 4/4 riffs, and
I'm one of the classics.
So,
And then we struggled for a long time trying to get a vocalist that really gelled with the band, and Steve Grant, turned out to be that man. Um, and Steve's been really good. He's got an amazing voice, but also a really good ability to capture the lyrics that we wanted to capture as well with the songs.
mhm.
So that's the sort of the way we tend to do it. We tend to get, James and I will write the structure of the songs. We'll often record a lot of it as well, get it pretty much polished, and then we'll give them to the rest of the band, Aaron on drums and Steve on vocals, to actually put their world into it.
Because Steve often we've given him lyrics and he's run with them. He's oh yeah, they're okay. And then we actually there's a track on there called Legacy,
Mhm.
and this was left over from a long time ago. It was on the shelf, wasn't it? And we played it to Steve. He said, "Oh, I like this. Can I go and write some lyrics to it?" So next session, he come along and Legacy was born. And the same with Band Together, wasn't it? Because that was originally an instrumental, like both of them. And he says, "Oh no, can we put something to that?" And away he went. And yeah, so this instrumental all of a sudden had lyric, which was brilliant.
Yeah, it's good. And Legacy was interesting for us because it's almost a rap song now, with the volume of lyrics that Steve delivers in it, and I would never have picked myself in terms of writing songs that were sort of rap oriented, but it works. It works. Then if it works, it works.
Absolutely. So, what can fans expect if when they go and see Collectivus live?
Well, they come to see a show. It's not a gig. We put on a show. So we've got screens behind us. We've got lights, a bit of smoke, and then we just rock it out. That's the way it is.
Absolutely, the way it should
So
be.
yeah, the way it should be. Yeah, some of the challenges, because I play bass and piano and keyboards in a lot of
Mhm.
the songs. So the some of the challenges for getting ready for live gigs now and it's very Geddy Lee. It's you've got arms and legs flailing everywhere, trying to pump a song out. So it's been there's been a little bit of aqua aerobics going on in rehearsals, trying to get all the appendages in the.
Train that muscle memory.
That's right. Yeah. But we're
It
getting
won't
there.
tell them how you play the keyboards when your hands and your legs are full.
Well, with that being said, though, one of our sponsors here on CGCM Rock Radio is Iron Maiden Trooper Beer, and as you guys know, Yannick, the third guitarist for Maiden, is the guy that falls on his face or drops his guitar, whatever. Have you guys had a Yannick moment on stage?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who put that guitar cable there?
I think my classic a few years ago, Bob, was walking back to the curtains at the back of the stage and not realizing that that was basically the end of the stage and just falling out. But having the fourth of my, keep. I didn't stop playing. I don't think I missed a beat, which is pretty good. So
Bass solo.
but the show must go on,
Absolutely. It's only rock and roll, and we love it.
Yeah.
What's one piece of advice, though, that you guys would like to pass on to a younger up and coming band that you wish you had have gotten it in your in the beginning stages of Collectivus?
Well,
Good question,
good
Bob.
question. I think follow your dreams because and don't ever give up on them. I think that you listen to anybody in a lot of these interviews. That's the one thing they always sort of say. And yeah, well, we've been on a long journey. It's to get this album to where it is now. So we've never given up, and I think that's the main thing. Don't give up because if you do, you just go back to being normal life and all of those sorts of things. And
Yeah.
that's what it's all about.
And I think you can get caught up in the minutiae of life, whether it's, paying your mortgage off or your house or, the whole thing. But if your love is music and that's what drives you, don't give up. I think James is absolutely right with that, and I think if we had our time again,
Yeah.
we'd do it slightly different. But we're still incredibly happy that we're older rockers now, and we've got to places where some people got to when they were in their teens. But
Mhm.
I think I'd do it any other way. We've brought a different journey to the music at the end of the day.
The second wave of old rock and rollers.
So what's the rest of 2026 looking like for Collectivus? I know we're only a month and a week in.
Yeah.
What's the rest of it look like?
Well, yeah, we have a possibility of playing in Europe, and we're just waiting to see if that finalizes at one of the festivals in Germany. We've got a couple of local shows that we're gearing up for. And we've started already on our next little bit of music, which we're looking at bringing out a 6-track EP, I think later on in the year. We've already got a couple of tracks sort of done and roughed out. There's one track which Steve really liked, which was left over from an old thing. Very complex, very, very Rush orientated song called The Finale, which we play in our at the last song of the night. And we've got another one which the lyrics haven't unfolded for him yet. So we sort of were talking about it, and he'd written an old song that I'd suggested that I'd heard from somewhere else, and it was just funny how he wrote it and I was saying the title. So we will finish that shortly, and Colin and I, we've got other things afloat that we're going to be working out with the drummer shortly. So more music, more live music.
Not live music. Probably some interstate tours in Australia this year, and
Look at some vinyl too, aren't we, for the album?
yeah, we're going to release some vinyl. We'll send you a complimentary copy, my brother.
Ah, thank you very much.
You
Thank
are
you very
welcome.
much.
And I think the other one as well is the styles for us are changing as well. So the classic 4/4 rockers for us are morphing. We did a beautiful little ballad at the end of the last LP called Adventurers Plan, which is that very piano orchestra oriented song. So I've got a few more in the pipeline that have got that sort of that Queen-esque style harmony on them. So we might pursue a few more of those.
Very,
Indeed.
very cool. Now, everybody's got one of those songs. It comes on the radio, maybe it comes on your iTunes or whatever, and instantaneously you just go, "Damn, I wish I wrote that." What's your guys' "Damn, I wish I wrote that" song?
Well, good question. Good question. Xanadu by Rush.
Oh yeah.
That's my favourite song. So I mean, that's my easy out, shall we say?
Great bass line.
Yes.
I think for me, Bob, it would be Steve Wilson, ex-Porcupine Tree Steve Wilson,
Hmm.
The Raven That Refused to Sing,
Ooh,
which is probably I think it's one of the most powerful songs written of the last 10 years, I think so.
yeah,
Very, very good song.
absolutely. So before we wrap this up, guys, I like to do a little thing called this or that. It's got nothing to do with music. It's just silly nonsense and top of the head answers. If you're ready, we'll just jump on in.
Go
Go
on.
for it.
All right. So, are you a morning person or a night owl?
Morning person.
Now,
Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube,
YouTube.
Uh, Maple syrup or honey?
Maple syrup.
honey. Sorry, Bob.
It's all good. Sweet snacks or spicy snacks?
Spicy.
Summer or winter?
Summer.
Winter.
And finally, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
It has to be fresh.
He's the pizza king. So
If you ever come out here, I'd do a mean pizza.
All right, I'll hold you to that. All right, Colin Foster and James Kerr of the band Collectivus, thank you for joining us on this edition of Rock Talk. Take a moment and do some shameless self-promoting, my friends.
thank you so much. Yeah, our new LP, Quantum Entanglement, out on all major platforms. And if you go to the website, www.collectivus, hash band.com. You'll see all the merch and all the vinyl and all the other hard things that you can buy. But yeah, thank you so much.
You're quite welcome.
Well, if you've got the time and the place and you want to hear some decent music from a bunch of guys who love what they do, go out yourself and treat yourself to it.
All right. Awesome. And thank you again, guys, for joining us on this edition of Rock Talk with CGCM Rock Radio and Rock Is Not Dead Australia. Don't forget to click that like, share, and subscribe. Keep up to date on all things Rock Talk, CGCM Rock Radio, Rock Is Not Dead Australia, and Collectivus. We'll catch you again next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.